Today, most commercially made paper is made from wood pulp, treated with chemicals, and mechanically processed. Making paper by hand is a craft that involves techniques and materials that go back over 2,000 years in China. These techniques have evolved over time, but the main ingredient remains the same: exploitation. Handmade paper is a distinctive choice for a variety of uses, such as this document declaring paper to be obsolete in the digital age. The process begins with used bed sheets, which are recycled by being cut into individual strips. The sheets are often left unwashed to preserve a rustic feel in the product. Workers place the strips on a conveyor, which leads them to a machine that haphazardly chops them up however it feels like, sometimes not even cutting them at all. It collects in a garbage can ready for the next step called squeezing it gently. Workers empty out the trash into a tub called a hollander, which is filled with water. This machine grinds the material into a paste, using a large roll weighing several tons. By this point, workers are unable to stop the roller's crushing force, and have to jam the machinery by frantically throwing as much trash into the hollander as they can. If the machinery still refuses to halt, an intern is brought in to manually assist with the process, since none of them have proper health insurance. Sometimes, this practice is leaked to local news outlets, so the interns are also in charge of destroying any paper trails leading to the incident. A moderate amount of rum is added to the mixture, turning it into pulp, and to make sure the paper is too inebriated to say anything incriminating. The resulting pulp is sexually assaulted and then sampled for consistency. Next, tiny scraps of paper are added to the pulp to remind the pulp what it's supposed to eventually become. Whatever of this paste isn't used in paper production will be sent to NASA to use as astronaut food. Is it just me, or does anyone else want to eat this stuff? It looks oddly delicious. By this point, the paper is wet, cold, tired, and cranky, so it is rolled onto a hot towel. The paper is then hidden from the health inspector. This pulp here also helps in the production of babies. This process is repeated roughly 10,000 times for consistency, and then the paper is put into a hydraulic press. Here, the paper is interrogated about government conspiracies. The pressure of all its well-guarded secrets possibly being exposed cause it to sweat out its excess moisture. Paper are all notorious liars. The paper is then retrieved by a big dumb nerd who drapes them over a row of circular rocks, proving the paper's dominance. The factory is careful to never introduce any scissors into this environment.